Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a world where time stands still. Imagine a creature that carries the history of the earth in its very skin. A creature that never forgets a friend or a foe even after decades have passed. In the heart of the golden African savannas and the deep, misty forests of Asia, there lives a giant. But this isn't just a story about immense size and raw power. This is a story about the soul. Elephants are often called the architects of the earth, shaping the landscapes they walk upon. But their most incredible secrets aren't written in the dust they kick up. They are hidden deep within their hearts and minds. Today, on Animal Odyssey Tales, we are embarking on a journey into the wild to uncover the secret language, the complex morning rituals, and the unbreakable family bonds of these magnificent silent giants. Why do they weep? How do they talk across miles of silence? And what can they teach us about being human? Let's find out. The phrase "an elephant never forgets" is more than just a catchy saying. It is a biological reality that baffles scientists to this day. An elephant's brain is an absolute masterpiece of nature's engineering. Weighing up to 11 pounds, it is the largest brain of any land animal ever to walk the earth. But size isn't everything. Their brains are packed with complex neurons, specifically in the hippocampus, the area responsible for emotion and memory. This massive neural network gives them the power of spatial memory. Think about it. An elephant can remember the exact location of a tiny, hidden water hole across hundreds of miles of shifting, barren desert. They don't have GPS. They have a mental map that lasts a lifetime. But it's not just places they remember. It's people. There are documented cases of elephants recognizing humans they haven't seen in over 20 years, reacting with either joy or caution based on how that human treated them in the past. In times of extreme crisis or drought, the survival of the entire herd doesn't rest on the strongest male, but on the oldest and wisest female. Known as the matriarch, she is the keeper of the herd's collective wisdom. She carries a mental library of safe paths, food sources, and ancient survival tactics that were passed down to her 50 years ago. Without her memory, the herd would be lost. In the world of the elephant, knowledge isn't just power, it is the thin line between life and death. To truly understand the emotional depth of these giants, we must look at the life of one specific elephant who changed the way we see the natural world. Her name was Echo. For over 36 years, Echo was the most studied elephant on the planet. Researchers from the West watched her every move, but what they saw wasn't just animal behavior. It was a saga of love and sacrifice. Echo was the matriarch of the Ebb family in Amboseli, Kenya. She led her family through wars, poachers, and devastating droughts with incredible grace. But Echo's greatest test came when she gave birth to a son named Ely. Unlike other calves, Ely was born with crippled front legs. He couldn't stand. He couldn't walk to reach his mother's milk. In the brutal world of the wild, a crippled calf is a death sentence for the whole herd because they must keep moving to find food and water. Nature's law said Echo should leave him behind to save the rest. But Echo chose love. For 3 long, agonizing days, Echo and her daughter Enid stayed by Ely's side in the scorching sun. They guarded him against hungry lions and circling hyenas. Echo used her massive trunk to gently nudge him over and over, whispering to him in low rumbles. On the 3rd day, a miracle happened. Ely's joints straightened, and he took his first shaky steps. Echo had defied nature through pure, stubborn devotion, but the most heartbreaking chapter of Echo's life came at its end. When Echo finally passed away in 2009, something extraordinary happened. Her family didn't just walk away. They gathered around her body in a circle of total silence. They gently touched her tusks and her bones with their trunks, almost as if they were saying a final goodbye. Scientists have observed elephants returning to the bones of their ancestors years later, stroking the ivory in a state of quiet reflection. They mourn. They grieve. They remember. This proves that grief is not just a human emotion, it is a universal language of love that transcends species. While we are moved by their trumpets, elephants have a secret, hidden way of communicating that is completely invisible to the human ear. They use something called infrasound. These are low-frequency rumbles that are so deep they travel through the ground rather than the air. Imagine an underground biological internet. These vibrations can travel for miles through the earth. Other elephants, miles away, hear these messages not through their ears, but through the sensitive nerve endings in the pads of their feet. They can feel the earth shaking with news of a distant rainstorm, a warning of nearby predators, or a call from a long-lost relative. And then there is the trunk, perhaps the most versatile tool in the animal kingdom. With over 40,000 individual muscles, it is strong enough to rip a tree out of the ground, but delicate enough to pick up a single blade of grass. But more importantly, they use their trunks for touch. Elephants are incredibly physical creatures. They use their trunks to hug each other, to wipe away a tear from a distressed calf, or to playfully wrestle. This constant physical contact reinforces their social bond. They are a community that lives by the code of all for one and one for all. If a mother is tired, the ulamothers, the other females, step in to babysit. No one is ever truly alone in an elephant herd. Why does this matter to us? Why do we feel such a deep connection to these great giants? Perhaps it's because in them, we see the best versions of ourselves. They show us that strength doesn't have to be loud. They show us that a family isn't just about blood, but about who stays with you when you can't stand up. In the UK and the USA, elephants have become symbols of wisdom and emotional healing. We use the elephant as a metaphor for the things we shouldn't forget. But the tragic irony is that while they remember us, we are often too quick to forget them. Habitat loss and poaching are silent shadows haunting their footsteps. Every 15 minutes, another elephant is lost to the pages of history. But there is hope. By sharing these Odyssey tales, we are building a bridge of empathy. When we learn that an elephant feels grief, we can no longer look at them as just animals. We see them as fellow travelers on this planet. They are the guardians of the world's ancient paths, and they teach us that memory is the heartbeat of love. If we lose the elephants, we lose a part of our own story. In the end, an elephant's life is a testament to the power of connection. They don't care about the noise of the modern world. They care about the vibration of the earth beneath their feet and the warmth of the herd beside them. They teach us that to lead is to serve, and to love is to remember. If Echo's story or the secret world of these giants touched your soul today, please hit that like button. It helps us bring more of these incredible tales to the world. Subscribe to Animal Odyssey Tales and join our pack of nature lovers. Share this video with someone who needs a reminder of the beauty in this world. And tell us in the comments, what is your favorite fact about elephants? Or is there another animal whose story you want us to tell next? Thank you for watching, and remember, in the wild, no story is too small, and no giant is too big to have a heart. Until next time, keep exploring. *.